business cycles being what they are, whether it's coming now, next year, or whatever, at some point, right, the other shoe's going to drop and we're going to take a step back. I think people might be able to learn from some of those experiences. So talk about the first downturn and kind of the changes that you made to weather through, what you learned to make it better, and what you did the second one that you learned from there.
All right. So the first one, I wasn't smart enough to see any of it coming. I was just, you're just trying to survive, and you're working your tail off, and your world is much smaller, right? So the first one, I learned a lot from the first one. I had a nervous breakdown.
Okay.
Right?
Well, that's okay. There you go. Have we recovered from that yet, Ray?
So not really. There was a little bit of an impact there as far as my bank called my credit line. They were getting out of because during that downturn, 2001, 2002, the downturn, some banks just decided they're going to call lines. Well, so it's $100,000, right? And I'm like, well, how am I going to get $100,000? I mean, I got all of it except for $99,000. Right. So I started going to other banks, and they were all like, "You're funny." Finally, I had one bank. New Alliance, actually. I did back then. It was a bank. They've been bought out 20 times since, but they took a chance on me. And what I learned at that time was things like debt service. A little word like debt service, cost of goods sold, and some of the finance part of a business that I did not know previously. So from that, I probably became way more conservative.
Well, it sounds like also educated on some business stuff, right? I mean, think many of us are speaking from my own experience. When you get started, like you don't get started thinking about profit and loss and income statements and balance sheets and debt service, to your point, and interest rates. Like we get started because we know how to do something or think we know how to do something to deliver value to a customer. And we're focused on finding those customers, delivering that value, hopefully getting paid, and then finding more customers and delivering more value. And so it's interesting, I think, that it sometimes does take a shock or a thing sideways to make us learn about business, right? Yep. When you get in there. So that's interesting you picked that up.
I'm a similar profile to you. And so I'm all about the hunt. And during the hunt, sometimes I'll forget my way home, right? Or I'll forget what I was even hunting for because while I was hunting for that, I get distracted with it.
Ooh, shiny object.
Yeah. So for sure. When it comes to actually trying to build a business during the second downturn, that's where I learned
2008, 2009. We're talking.
Right. Yeah. What I learned from that was that you got to have a differentiator. And if you don't have a plan, you can have a dream, but without a plan, it's called a fantasy. And that's what really opened my eyes the second time.